Good morning and welcome to Adoatv AM Ghana show. Myself, Julia, Lady Julia, as they like to call me. I hope you've had a good morning so far. If you are not awake, I hope my voice is loud enough to wake you up from that sleep. It's time to face the day. It's time to hear some good news. It's time to get up, run up, and get along, get doing, get moving. So we're bringing you, usually on the AM Ghana, we bring you the newspaper headlines, then the studio discussions will follow later. And then if there is any add-ups, we will add up to it for you. But I'm bringing you a word of encouragement today. And my word of encouragement is that as I've said this once before, but I'm trying to reiterate it to you again. I don't know where you are, where life has placed you, but my word of encouragement coming to you right now is I remember that just before dawn, just before the sun rises, we have the darkest moments, If you find yourself in a very, very dark and tight place, just remember that it is not time to give up. It's not time to lose hope. It's not time to throw in the towel. It's rather time to up your game, because light is at the end of the tunnel. Just stay as long to see the light. Keep hoping, keep believing, keep dreaming. Something better is always in store for you. Life is not always about the negatives. So if you keep seeing all the negatives lined up, remember what you have to do. Turn your focus, change that mindset, change your perspectives. When you begin to see good things, positive things, you will also start experiencing positive things. So I don't care what is going on in the economy for you. I don't know how your pocket looks like or how your bank account looks like right now. Once you have life, there is hope. Remember the saying that a living dog is better than a dead lion. So as you are living right now, no matter the situation, you are better off than dead. Yes, you heard me right. You are better off than dead. So before you throw in the towel, just promise yourself that you're going to hold out long enough to see that light. And I promise you, you will see that light. On this note, we'll take a quick break. When we come up, we will have the newspaper headlines. Stay tuned.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at the work premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
CB makeups now. I'm a go correct. Why your best mancasa? That's it. Who anyone? Oh, middle. You captures about one CB makeups. Missy CB makeups and I make a year. Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew me that. And 1 year packaging I had a. Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi. Share a painful any about town man kwadano for. Any kwadano go di fie do ye. Enka ho. Susanna. Ghana man tamase.
Adoatv 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA Adoatv.
Malaria and tea. You are yet more bono. Malaria, therefore, yao. Enti awo. I shouldn't customers. When you say, Mammy, I am smart. I bet CB Malakio. I'm money buyer or the eco school. Share. Say a pianisi berry market any malaria and tea. I want me.
And now Emma when we are out to walk. So we have malaria test. Maybe one. And better one. And the CB Malakio. You didn't know. And now I can't bomb a son so I CB Malakio. And no way so there. And I don't grow. I yet that shit.
A drawing your ma appeal for about a woman for any quada one in fear.
Susanna. What would you with
FDA Ashusha sa a jedi and car to you aja to Musa and
Thank you for staying tuned. It's still Adoatv, bringing good things to life, and we are on the AM Ghana show. I'm doing this right here with, the gentleman of the show. I mean, the gentleman of AM Ghana, no other person than Sam Kusi. Sam, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you very much. How are you doing?
I am blessed and highly favored. I hope you are.
Oh, yes. By the way.
Okay.
Good.
So we have a positive message here. So I don't know if you can see it on your screen. It says, no matter what happens in life, be good to people. No matter what happens in life, be good to people. Being good to people is a wonderful legacy to leave behind. Be good to people for no reason, but make sure you are not abused or taken for granted. The more control you have over yourself, the fewer others have over you. But learn to sit back and observe. And that's the part when I was reading earlier, I laughed. But learn to sit back and observe. not everything needs a reaction. It's still a beautiful world. Not everything needs a reaction. Learn to sit back and observe, and then you will know the right action to take. If you are one who does not observe, you will find out that you are one who always reacts. And when you are one who always reacts, in other words, you're always responding to people immediately, then you always find yourself in trouble with misunderstanding, with misconceptions and what have you. So learn to sit back and observe. Silence, they say, is golden. Silence can be very key. If you are able to sit back and observe in silence, certain things you get angry over, you will find out that they are not necessary. Sam, I don't know what you have to say on this.
I think it's well said. We can only be good to people, like I said, for no reason. If you're always going to have reasons to be good to people, you're not going to be good at all.
So when someone asks you, even if they are doing bad to you and you keep doing good, a time is going to come, they will ask you, why are you being good to me? Why are you being good to me? And I think you can just give them the answer, because I'm good. That's all. I don't need to react to you. I'll be good because I am good, or because I follow whatever religion you follow. I follow Christ. So because I'm good, because my Savior is good, my Christ is good, Christ has been good to me. So in other words, my being good does not depend on how you behave. It doesn't depend on others. Yeah. So we're going to hop right into what the dailies have for us today. I have in my hand a daily graphic. I see some having a daily guide there. So we'll jump straight into the daily graphic. Today is Wednesday, the 13th of October, 2021. On the front page of the daily graphic, we have GSA commits to improve ease of doing business. So GSA commits to improve ease of doing business. That's in Ghana, of course, and I'm reading more on it. It says the Ghana Standards Authority is committed to improving the ease of doing business for the private sector and providing a level playing field for all enterprises to grow. To meet that commitment, the authority has given an assurance that it will support the various trade organizations to improve the standards of locally produced goods and ensure that all imported products meet the required national standards. That's positive news coming for all those in the private sector there. So make sure you liaise with the GSA. They have more good things for Ghanaian businesses. Again, on the front page, you have Parliament won't disappoint Ghanaians in LGBTQI plus bill passage. So Parliament would not disappoint us. That's coming from Mr. Oseche Mensah Bonsu, and that story is also on page 16. But the screaming headline we have here says 133 FM stations granted provisional licenses. 103 FM stations, and I believe that includes Radio Gold, Radio XYZ, among other applicants. We have a picture of the board chair of the National Communications Authority, Mr. Isaac Emil Osei Bonsu. The total of 133 FM radio broadcast stations, including new applicants, could soon start opening. This follows a decision by the governing board of the National Communications Authority to approve the licenses of unnamed radio broadcasting stations. I guess we just named two there. However, the approval from the board is subject to the applicants attending a sensitization workshop next Tuesday, that's October 19th, 2021, on the terms and conditions of FM radio broadcasting authorizations. The workshop, according to the NCA, shall clarify the legal, regulatory and technical requirements for the establishment and operation of an FM radio broadcasting station. There's more to that story on page 3 of the Daily Graphic. I'm jumping straight into the back page, which has sports. It says Black Stars seal double win over Warriors. The Black Stars seal a double win over the Zimbabwean Warriors. For those who watched the match, I know you saw Thomas Partey, yes, doing what I mean, I'm prophesying into his life right now. This is going to be a trademark for him. What he does best, to score, and to lift the flag of Ghana high, and his name as well. So that's our wrap up for the Daily Graphic. Grab your copy for more interesting stories there.
Okay, Daily Guide next, and well, there is a picture of John Bodo. He says NTP opens doors for proposals. I don't know what proposals it is yet, but the General Secretary of the NTP, John Bodo, has reminded members of the party that his office is still open to receive proposals or motions for amendment to the NTP constitution. Okay. Reverse flawed Opuni ruling. Attorney General is speaking here. Reverse flawed Opuni ruling. NDC Guru reports to police over incest. Emmanuel Kwesi Dawood's picture is here. And EC no-show still ex Mahama. Story is captured on page 3. MPs not against anti-gay bill. MPs not against anti-gay bill. That's the majority leader, said Chairman Sabonsu, is also speaking. And the NCA grants amnesty to Radio Gold and 132 others. NCA grants amnesty to Radio Gold and 132 others. Asabi Sheikh's Bono Conference and Okuapem Hima's lawyer angry with president. Now, elsewhere, Burkinabe urged to import more petroleum products, and then Bui Power assures Gridco of power supply. Bui Power assures Gridco of power supply. Okay, that's interesting there. Now, to some other news, Nana receives highest award in Serbia. That's the president receiving the award from the Serbian counterpart. That's the president of the Serbia or the Serbian country. Now let's do sports quickly. Black Stars revive Qatar 2022. Black Stars revive Qatar 2022, and Van der Vaart replies Courtois. Germany book Qatar 2022 tickets. And then Ofosuhine Letitia left MTN Golf final. Ofosuhine and Letitia left MTN Golf final. That's it for the Daily Guide.
Okay, then jumping straight to the Daily Statesman. Gender Ministry condemns alleged sodomy of 19 pupils. Yes, alleged sodomy of 19 pupils. A statement from the Public Relations Unit of the ministry said it had taken with great concern media reports alleging that a social studies teacher of Kupi Junior High School in the East Gonja municipality of the Savannah region, Nantoma Musa Otabel, had allegedly sodomized 19 boys. So the ministry strongly condemned the cruel act of the teacher, saying that this barbaric act must not continue in this 21st century, where we are all aiming at eliminating sexual abuse and domestic violence in the country. And that's just an excerpt. The full story is on page 3 of the Daily Statesman. The MCA okays over 130 radio stations. He okays over 130 radio stations, and Radio Gold and Radio XYZ is named again. They get authorizations again. Story is on page 2. MCA boss, Mr. Joe Anoche, making the front page there, his picture right there, and below NYA boss says over 110,000 teenagers get pregnant yearly. Over 110,000 teenagers get pregnant yearly. So which number will be left? Okay, so Pius Enam Hajide, that's the NYA CEO, and that story is on page 3. It's also on page 3. Okay, so on page 2 we have government absorbs Shiavi Community Secondary Technical School. Government absorbs Shiavi Community Secondary Technical School. So Ziavi, okay, Ziavi, thank you for that. So the Ziavi Community Senior High and Technical School, established years ago by the chiefs and people of Ziavi in the home municipality of the Volta region, has now been absorbed by the government. As a result, students of this school will be fully enjoying the government's free SHS program. That's good news to students and parents of that school. So jumping straight to sports on the penultimate page of the Daily Statesman, Deontay Wilder says American will not retire after second loss to Tyson Fury, says trainer Malik Scott. So coming from the camp of Deontay Wilder, he says the American will not retire after second loss to Tyson Fury. That's coming from his trainer. In other words, he's going to keep fighting. Okay, so UEFA cares about money, not players. That's not from me. It's coming from Thibaut Courtois. Hey, okay. Thibaut Courtois. That's as Belgium were beaten 2-1 by Italy. Okay, and Asante Kotoko makes news. They are to face Al Hilal United in a friendlies in Sharjah. That's in Dubai. All right. So that's it for sports news from the Daily Statesman. Over to you.
The new Crusading Guide is here, and the big story: Radio Gold, 132 others back as NCA approves license. Radio Gold, 132 others back as NCA approves license. John Bodu is still inviting proposals to amend NPP's constitution. John Bodu is still inviting proposals to amend NPP's constitution. Health Ministry job seekers fate hang. Health Ministry job seekers fate hang. They have not been called 1 year after interview. Enemies within exposed as coordinated attacks on railway company acting MD failed to fly. Enemies within exposed as coordinated attacks on railway company acting MD failed to fly. Africa Real Estate Expo takes off high. And that's it. Africa Real Estate Expo takes off high. Media urged to support nutrition-friendly school initiative. Media urged to support nutrition-friendly school initiative. Elsewhere, GPRT et al. Threatened to increase fares by 20% over rising fuel costs. The WOMEC hosts 2021 International Day of the Girl Child. Special feature here. It says the mining sector in Ghana, an economic driver that could be improved. Yes, it's very true. An economic driver that could be improved. That's the mining sector in Ghana. Let's see what's in the sports pages. 2,000 fans approved to watch Hearts of Oak versus Wydad game. And Ghana beats Zimbabwe in Harare. Black Stars yesterday moved to the top of the group table temporarily after beating Zimbabwe 1-0 in the second leg game in Zimbabwe's capital, Harare. Skipper of the day, Thomas Partey's first half free kick gave the Stars the win. Okay. Germany became the first country to qualify for Qatar World Cup. Okay, congratulations to them. And the Western North Regional Minister rallies support for BBN Gold Stars ahead of debut season. Western North Regional Minister rallies support for BBN Gold Stars ahead of debut season. The Mineral Commission's public notice is here. Submission of applications, documents, reports, and filing of statutory returns online. This is the Minerals Commission's public notice, and that's it for the new proceeding, guide.
Okay, the Ghanaian Times, the most authoritative newspaper, has this to say to us this morning, coming from Dr. Caroline Emisa, Mental Health Authority boss. She says on mental disorders, Ghana loses $5 billion annually. Ghana loses $5 billion annually, representing an estimated 7% of our GDP. So for more on that story, you continue on page 16. Page 16. That's the middle spread. We also have a picture of President Akufo-Addo right down there. He says Ghana poised to open up renewable energy sector for investment. And again, government, 2 others launch housing scheme for government workers in Accra. That story is also on page 17, the middle spread. I'll get there in a moment. And we have a picture of Mr. Daniel Hini Eidu there on that issue, that scandal, Cocoa Board financial loss case. The Supreme Court rules on the Attorney General's review application. That's to come on October 26th, and the story is on page 3. So jumping to the middle spread, where most of my front page headlines have their stories. Ghana poised to opening up renewable energy sector for investment. The president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo says the government is exploring the regional market as part of its efforts in opening up the renewable energy sector for investment. Consequently, he said the country has been positioned to become a major exporter of reliable and competitive electricity in the economic community of West African states, that's ECOWAS. So a speech that was on a speech read on his behalf at the opening of the 7th Ghana Renewable Energy Fair in Accra yesterday. And Ghana loses 4 billion. Okay, so that's also there. We also have government, 2 others, a lunch housing scheme, and a picture, yes, of Madame Cecilia Dapa being assisted by Professor Ebenezer Owusu and other dignitaries to open that fair. All right, that's on the middle spread. So I'm jumping straight to sports. The sports segment says Black Stars brush aside Warriors in FIFA World Cup qualifier. What a way to put it. Black Stars brush off Zimbabwean Warriors in FIFA World Cup qualifier. And that will be it for sports. And signing off also for the Ghanaian Times, the most authoritative newspaper.
The Chronicle is next. The True Independent is here. Monday, 13th October. Anti-gay bill. We will do the needful. Mensa Bonsu, that's the majority leader in Parliament, is speaking. He says we will do the needful. Uncollected refuse. Cholera outbreak imminent in Kumasi. So there's a picture of a heap of refuse. Radio Gold others get amnesty from MCA, but must meet conditions. Radio Gold and others get amnesty from NCA, but must meet conditions. NPP still receiving proposals to amend constitution. NPP still receiving proposals to amend constitution, and President Akufo-Addo receives Serbia's highest national award. President Akufo-Addo receives Serbia's highest national award. Malaria vaccine, good news for the poor. Professor Binka is speaking here. That's the malaria vaccine, of course, is good news for the poor. Let's do some more stories here. Now, in the Chronicle, drivers threaten to increase fares by 20%. What the country. Drivers threaten to increase fares by 20%. The editorial here says fuel adulteration raises its ugly head again. Fuel adulteration raises its ugly head again. The opinion here says you are enough. You are enough. That's the opinion in the Chronicle today. A feature here in the Chronicle says tackling Ghana's mental health challenges in an unequal world. Tackling Ghana's mental health challenges in an unequal world. Yes. Entertainment. Miss V advises youth about sex tips. Prince David Osei declares support for anti-LGBTQ bill. Manifest asks DJs to promote Ghana music, and then latest Superman character is bisexual. This is actually raising a lot of discussions. Well, MPP still receiving proposals to amend constitution this year. Asabi energizes Bono grassroots, and Mandari Community Commission's self-help library project. Mandari Community Commission's self-help library project. In sports, Germany became first team to qualify for World Cup, and Gareth Southgate to discuss England contract in next few weeks. Okay, Manchester United's Varane out for a few weeks with groin injury, and Liverpool suffer injury blow as Diego Jota gets slight knock. Come locally, Partey's goal wins Ghana's massive 3 points. Partey's goal wins Ghana's massive 3 points. So you have the Group G standings of the qualification competition, and Ghana is on the second spot after South Africa, or below South Africa, with 10 points. Ghana with 9 points, Ethiopia with 3 points, and Zimbabwe with 1 point, all after 4 games. All after 4 games. So that's it for the Chronicle. But what do we have here? Matthew chapter 6 verse 14. For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. Matthew 6:14. For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. That's it for the Chronicle newspaper.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done as well. So okay, I think we'll go for a quick.
That's it for the newspaper headlines. There are some interesting topics in the newspapers. We will definitely come back and then come and review them with a team that will join us shortly after this break. Let me remind you that we are sponsored by RwandAir. RwandAir flies to a lot of countries in Africa and outside Africa. Kindly contact them. They have the best team on air to fly you safely to wherever your destination is. Contact RwandAir today. They have cheap rates but very, very quality service as well. Vena mineral water is what you want to take this morning, because you're always advised to take in more water to stay hydrated, even though the weather is cold. It is raining here, but you know, in Ghana you can't mostly trust the weather, so kindly take in a lot of water. And if you are considering water, then we are talking to you about Vena natural mineral water. Let me also remind you that we are in the month of October, and breast cancer is what we are informing everybody about, especially our sisters, our mothers, our grandmothers, our young ladies, our wives, and all that. kindly contact Sonotech. Let me tell you about Sonotech. Sonotech is a medical and a diagnostic center. They are at Osu on the Laboni Road, just right after the Dankwa Circle on your right side. Now, if you go to Sonotech, this is what you gain. You get the best of services at a very, very affordable rate. In fact, you don't get the kind of service they give you everywhere. Go to Sonotech today. Let them scan. Let them examine you. They have the best technologies for scanning, for examination of all kinds. So Sonotech is where we are recommending for you, or what we are recommending for you this morning as far as breast cancer is concerned. That is not just what they do, but because we are in the breast cancer month, that is why we are mentioning Sonotech. CT scans, digital X-rays, they have something they call fluoroscopy. They have the pharmacy as well, ultrasound.
Ultrasound is going for 50% discount.
I mean, they have great discounts too for you. Mammograms and all that, ECG and all
and
that.
And the breast screening is free.
So kindly go to Sonotech today. Let's talk to them. In fact, they are always ready to receive you. The ladies, they are very warm. They will welcome you beautifully and speak to you. Tell them all your problems. And especially when it comes to breast cancer, they are the best. Let them help you. You don't want to hear any body getting their breast taken off. Breast nangasakran. The use we have for it, we have not finished. You want them to cut it. Please, don't go and let them cut it. Go speak to Sonotech today. Call them on their numbers. Find them on Facebook. They are there. And then find them.
Also at West Hills Mall and in Tema as well.
They are spread all around.
Opposite the Tema General Hospital.
So that it will be very easy for you to find them anywhere and then talk to them so that Sonotech would help you. And so these are sponsors, and we are going to on this take a break. When we come back, I told you that we are going to review what we have in the newspapers by the team, or with the team that will be joining us very, very soon. So don't go anywhere, stay with us. We'll be back right after this break.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Breast cancer is very scary and all, but for some reason, a lot of women think that it could never happen to them. October is here again. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We've come to know that breast cancer is the one cancer that's killing more women than any other cancer in women. This means that all of us need to be concerned and all of us need to take the requisite steps to ensure that we get screened, know whether or not we have anything to be concerned about, and most importantly, know that there is a cure. Breast cancer can be treated and is best when it's detected early. So take advantage of this Breast Cancer Awareness Month and go and get screened. There's free screening available. If you go to Sonotech in Accra, at their branches at the West Hills Mall in Tema or Osu, you can get your screening done for absolutely no fee at all. Also, if you'd like to do a mammogram or an ultrasound, you get it as a good discount during the month of October. It's time for all of us to get tested. Let us get screened.
Let us know whether or not we have anything to be concerned about. And most importantly, let us know that if you do have any signs of breast cancer, the earlier it's detected, the better it is for you, your family, and your loved ones. This year, I'm happy to partner with Sonotech during the Breast Cancer Awareness Month to get more and more women interested in taking steps to know whether or not we have anything to be concerned about. Stay safe and get screened. My name is Na Shoko. I'm a broadcaster.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Hello everyone, my name is Adoatv, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
Yeni Masatek, so your kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwen Asatek. Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free. Trese ehia so de dadwabo mu nanso etim wodan no so a pampe amframa anahum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trese enwe na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eyama debia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, ana say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet to be. Now what dano be jinaso, then yino. Or your delivery services, Papa Bia, and for wonderful war, Asatek Bema was can order between 3 and 5 working days. Or VIP delivery services as well. One day pet now Osaka. Prepare Asatek a chill quine Watama Community 2, Meridian Road, when you could go board warehouse, the bank, Takrade, a few kuma number 9, or pay a few kuma Fidelity Bank no, Voter Regional so or Wakache Tatome, JN Bank and Chenhope. Asatek, sheltering you for life.
John, who new? Wow, Eddie, one point chuma. I check a roofina, or you fell one casa from Asatek. Oh, na same roofing is a baby bray, nice keke. Why the catcher? Asatek roofing sheet dear, and your nice keke with the bodan swa a chee and renache. They want a calisa who do for fair the bray. No one free roofing sheet no dear. Who hear that will be out. Now so the bodan swa a hero supampe. What means which Roma send your open roofing sheet no? You try the salmon pepe. Mama poor Asatek money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers so want your on-site installation. Oh yes, quality nebo da feminine.
Asatek 5 days pay na musa kan order na a year after sales service proper binso. Hwehwe Asatek Watema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region. So Asatek Takrade Anaji, Yeni Princeland Hotel and Edin and a Volta Region yawo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so wa.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Sewamenu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I'll entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
CB will make up now. I'm not correct. Why your best mankasa? That's it. You want oh, middle. You captures back on CB men capsules. You see, CB men capsules and make a year. Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew the dada. And 1 year packaging I the wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi. She a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada go di fie do ye. Enka ho. Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing decks at the work premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Hello everyone, my name is Adoatv, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st of October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
Yeni Masatek, so your kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwen Asatek. Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free. Trese ehia so de dadoabo mu nanso etimu dan no so a pampe amframa anahum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trese enwe na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eyama debia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, ana say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet to be. Now what dando be jinaso na yinho. Where delivery services papa bia and for wonderful kwa Asatek Bema was can order between 3 and 5 working days. Or VIP delivery services so one day pay na wasaka. Pressure Asatek a chill kwai Watama 22 Meridian Road when Coco Board Warehouse na paying Takrade if Kuma number 9 wo pay if Kuma Fidelity Bank no Voter Region so or Wakache Tatome JN Bank and Chehope. Asatek sheltering you for life.
John, Wufini new. Wow, Eddie, one point juma. I check a Wufina, or you fell one casa from Asatek. Oh, na same roofing is a baby bray, nice keke. Why the catcher? Asatek roofing sheet dear, and your nice keke with the board dance were a chey and renache. They want a calisa who go for fair be bray. No no free roofing sheet no dear. Who hear that will be out. Now so the board dance were a hero supampe. Which means which Roman send your open roofing sheet no. You try the summer pepe. Mama poor Asatek money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers and so on your on-site installation. Oh yes, quality and da feminine. Asatek 5 days pay na musa kan order na wa year after sales service proper binso. Hwehwe Asatek Watema Community 2 Meridian Road e Coco Board Warehouse Western Region. So Asatek Takrade Anaji yene Princeland Hotel and di hwene and a Volta Region yawo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Menu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I'll entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
Welcome back. It's AM Ghana here on Adoatv, and I welcome you to the segment where we get to talk about what is happening when we review headlines in the newspapers. Let me continuously remind you that we are in the month of October, and we are informing all Ghanaians about breast cancer, especially our women. So that is why we recommend Sonotech Diagnostic Center. Sonotech Diagnostic Center is in Osu. It's a very technologically advanced hospital that has all the modern technologies to help you fight certain diseases, especially breast cancer, as far as examination, scanning, mammogram, ECG, and I mean whatever you can think of is concerned. Your best place is Sonotech Diagnostics and Medical Center. Kindly contact them today and let them help you. They are also in Tema, they are in Kaswa, the West Hills Mall, but call them. You can find them on Facebook. Just go on Facebook and just type Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center, and you can find them. They will attend to you and make sure you are well attended to. Now, Verna Mineral Water is another special mineral water I'm recommending for you this morning. That whatever you are doing, whether it's on location, whether when you want to use it home, please kindly get Verna Mineral Water, because we know what we are talking about. Verna Mineral Water has all the essential nutrients that is good for your body, boost your immune system. In fact, keep you athletic, energize you, and also keep you hydrated. Kindly get Verna Mineral Water and use it for all kinds of things that you want to use, or any kind of activity that needs water. I recommend Verna Mineral Water for you. Air Rwanda is flying us safely. Air Rwanda is flying us safely to every destination that we want to go to. Safe. If I say safe, I mean it. When I was coming back, I used Air Rwanda, and trust me, I can attest to you that it's one of the safest flights that you can ever board. The flight crew, they are perfect, they are fantastic, they will attend to you. I mean, they give you some beautiful and very warm service about. So kindly go to Air Rwanda, and then most importantly, you are getting their flight ticket at a very affordable rate, very cheap rate, but yes, still you enjoy the quality service that they would give you. Contact them today and buy a ticket from them, and just mention Adoatv, and trust me, they're going to give you huge discount and you'll be happy. They are sponsors for the morning show. This morning, my name is Samuel Kusiapia, and I'm joining the studios by two honorable gentlemen who speak for the NDC and the NPP. Alhaji Jamfaru Said Karim is the NPP communications team member on the show today, as well as Kingsley Amaliba, Mr. Kingsley Amaliba. He's also the NDC communications team member who is speaking on the show today. Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, good morning,
sir. I hope you are doing well.
Yeah, fine yourself.
We are doing very well as well.
You're welcome back.
Thank you very much. Alhaji, how's the MPP doing?
Oh, so far so good. Permit me to say good morning to our viewers out there and to yourself. And you know, God willing, we'll be having our Greater Accra Regional Conference tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you permit me, party members wants to be energized this morning, and for that matter, I sing the party song, and it goes like this.
Oh, you were singing the party.
Oh yes, it's very important for me, and it goes like this.
Okay.
We are the new patriotic party. We are the new patriotic party. The elephant is our winning symbol. We have won to save Ghana. The elephant is our winning symbol. We have won to save Ghana. We have won to save Ghana. We have won to save Ghana. The elephant is our winning symbol. We have won to save Ghana. Is it Sam?
Yeah.
This goes to all party members.
Okay.
And God willing, tomorrow we'll be having our conference.
Okay.
That's a Greater Accra Regional Conference. And I treat that we all have a peaceful, as it is, conference. So, fellow Ghanaians, I say good morning to you.
Okay. All right. That's the communications team member for the NPP, Alhaji Jamfaru. Hello, Mr. Maliba. How are the NDC doing?
Well, the NDC is doing well. Let me say good morning to you, your crew, and to our cherished viewers, and to my good brother Alhaji here, and to the leadership of the National Democratic Congress. And good morning to Alhaji Sharif Abdul Nasiru. He's a NEC member of the NDC.
Okay.
And to my mom and good MP for Timpano constituency, Honorable Lydia. Yesterday,
that's your constituency?
Yeah, the Timpano constituency. Yeah. Yesterday, His Excellency, the former President John Dramani Mahama, began the Eastern Regional Tour, and I think the second phase or third phase of the tour, to thank the good people of Ghana for the confidence, the repose, and their enthusiasm and the preparedness by which they came out in their numbers to vote for him. It has never happened before in the history of this country that opposition leader can garner over 6 million votes. And I think that is very, very commendable. And the tour had begun yesterday. I want to thank the good people of Eastern Region, led by our comrade leadership there, the regional chairman and his executives, for the good work done and appreciation shown so far. NDC have proven to be a political party that is the party of the masses, because we believe every Ghanaian matters and every Ghanaian life matters. Therefore, when President Mahama was given the mandate to lead the country for 4 years, his impact was felt in all the nooks and crannies of the country. One of the statements he made yesterday, which was very profound when he met the chiefs, is the abandoning project. We have over 200. Yeah, we have over 200 projects in Eastern Region alone, which have been abandoned under this regime. Among them is Cocoa Road, schools, hospitals, clinics, rural electrification, and many more. Water project, among others, which we believe, if the regime governance is continuous, as under Article, I think Chapter 5, Article 35 or so of the Constitution talks about, if the regime had continued it, I think that we wouldn't have been at where we are. But unfortunately, they have advertently or inadvertently decided to leave those projects to rot in the mercy of the weather. However, the next NDC government, led by President Mahama, will complete those projects and make sure we operationalize it for the benefit of the good people of Ghana. Because taxpayers' money cannot be wasted without any justification.
Good. On that note, because the former president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is on a thank you tour, in another phase of the thank you tour, and he's currently in the Eastern Region, or this time around his destination is in the Eastern Region. He's touring the region and then thanking, meeting chiefs, people who voted for him. As far as the last elections was concerned, the president has been mentioning a lot of things. If you have followed his tour, I mean, in different regions, almost everywhere he gets to mention one problem or the other facing the country at the moment. Yesterday, at a sister station, Sunrise FM in Koforidua, when he met, or when he was given the opportunity to speak on radio, there's something he spoke about. Corruption has been one of the things that he has been constantly mentioning wherever he gets. Corruption is this, corruption is that. And of course, he mentioned corruption yesterday at Koforidua. What about corruption did he say? Well, he was of the view that corruption is one of the pandemics that we are facing currently. He mentioned that we are facing 2 pandemics, COVID-19, and the other one is corruption. We're coming to discuss that, but one profound statement he made was that he would, and his team, not just him, but he and his team, the NDC, would support the special prosecutor in whatever way possible to fight corruption. For some of us, this is a good call for any person, or if you like, not just any person, but the former president, even though in opposition, is ready to lead his team and support a cause like fighting corruption in this current dispensation. We are going to take a look at it. People who are arguing, yesterday I was having a discussion on this with a friend who had a very, very different opinion, view to that. But let me come, because you mentioned that. Let me come to Amaliba. Now, there's this argument a friend was making yesterday that perhaps because the special prosecutor dropped the charges against Mahama Yariga, even though the special prosecutor gave reasons and said that, I mean, there isn't any concrete evidence that the state can have against Mahama Yariga. And so, I mean, it makes almost no sense keeping the man and wasting everybody's time, including himself and Mahama Yariga, going to court up and down. Can we situate it, or can we equate it to the reason why the the former president is giving his support and promising that in case the special prosecutor needs his support to fight corruption, he and his team, he and the NDC are ever ready to support them?
It's very obvious that if you look at our laws, particularly Article 19, I think Clause 2C, a person charged with criminal offense had the right for presumption to be innocent until proven guilty in a public trial,
exactly,
where he have had all the guarantee necessary for his defense. So when you are accused of any wrongdoing, the law doesn't found you guilty immediately,
exactly,
until you go through the legally established procedure to determine your guilt or innocence. Therefore, when Mahama Yariga was accused for engaging in some kind of conduct which they think flouted the law, we initially believed in the NDC that it was a needless witch hunt and it was a wild goose chase, and therefore it is not going to yield any positive outcome because it was a waste of time by the state. Indeed, we even believe, and we have been vindicated, that it was a wasteful political witch hunt by our political opponent just to detract Honorable Mahama Yariga from the good work he's doing in Parliament, trying to hold this government on the fire for accountability. So if the special prosecutor now, upon assumption of office, in fact the whole thing began under Martin Amido, and I think the High Court acquitted and discharged him and other 7 people from the Boko Municipal Assembly, and the one, I think, importer or something, who were part of the initial charges. So if the special prosecutor have come to the conclusion there is no empirical evidence implicating him for any wrongdoing, and therefore he need to be set free, why not? That is the law, and I think that we are good to go as a country when we allow the law to work, but not the rule of men trying to muzzle state institutions and show people where their power lies. We can't live a country of that kind. We can also couple that with the statement made by President Mahama, former President Mahama, so to speak, because it's obvious that the 8 years of MPP is approaching its end, and definitely Ghanaians, by their own constitutionally mandated right and wisdom, have more or less established a certain standard of judgment of government within the space of time the 4th Republic have come into being, that no government can go beyond 8 years. So after 8 years, they will ask you to go home. And it's very obvious that 8 years coming December 7th, 2024, MPP is going to go home. And when they go home, the next government to take over is the NDC. And if that's the NDC, to be led by President John Dramani Mahama and nobody else. So
is it final already?
It's a final. In fact, but I disagree. When comrades are calling we shouldn't contest President Mahama, I disagree.
Okay.
If nobody at all do not contest him, I will.
Okay.
Why? Because you don't want delegate to get no coffee or the grassroots. So please, comrade, let's pick the form and contest President Mahama. You go to the grounds, then delegate will get their local fuel, especially given this economic hard conditions we are in. You know, we need to buy fuel to power generators at home. So that's just by the way.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, President Mahama will definitely become the next leader of the country, and if he becomes, like he has done before, he allows state institutions to work. And not only allow them to work, he restores them and give them all the independence and the freedom of space guaranteed by the existing legal regimes to function absolutely without administrative and authoritative interference. President Mahama is not the man who just speaks. You can couple or you can marry his words with his actions. And you do so looking at what he has done before. It will be absolute hypocritical on my part, okay, as a spokesperson on this platform for the NDC, to pretend and to try to whitewash the regime and claim that no corruption or scandals took place under President Mahama government. It happens. Okay? You can talk about the NSS issue, you can talk about the bus branding issue, you can talk about a few others. But what was the administrative or the leadership response to those issues? When you are made a president today and you appoint me as a minister, say in interior or defense, by virtue of considering me to serve in your government is 1, respect, 2, loyalty, and 3, you believe I have the competence to help you man that sector of the country. So when I go there, you can't determine my behavior. Okay? But there are rules and regulations and the law that governs the country. The moment you found me culpable of doing something wrong, the first thing to extricate yourself and invite the law to deal with me. Because if you fail to do so, it means that you are being complicit. You get it? Because
you're in support of
what the person is doing. That is why in the wisdom of the framers of the Constitution, they gave the appointing power to the president, the power to appoint and the power to fire without giving reasons. You understand? President Mahama, under his tenure, a deputy minister, alleged audio came out where that deputy minister was expressing her wish of amount of money she intend to get, and if she finally get that money, she won't do politics any longer. The person did not in any way claim that I'm going to steal from the public, just expressing her intentions. The morning the audio came, by afternoon that deputy minister was relieved from her position. Not only that, in the issue of the bus branding, for instance, the sector minister, Honorable Zifa Ativo, had nothing to do with it, but she resigned. Okay, she was fired. In the case of NSS issue, for instance, investigations were fully conducted into it. Some were standing trial, I know, because I went to court to witness proceedings on 1 or 2 occasions, and those who took monies illegally were made to refund the monies back to the state. You understand? When the SADA issue came out, what happened? Honorable Abuga Pele, who was a sitting MP at the time, was investigated and put on trial. You understand? And I can talk about Philip Asibit and a few others. They are standing. The prosecution began under our time in 2016. We left office. MPP came and continued, and finally they were jailed. So this is a man who have demonstrated without reasonable doubt that he has the capacity, he have the will, the political will, the leadership will to fight corruption. Why? If we fail to do that, the monies that are leaking through the channels of corruption, you have no idea. You have no idea. Under this regime, billions of Ghana cedis have sunk through the hole of corruption. What has President Akufo-Addo himself done? And let's look at the worst of the two leaders. Because Mahama had been there before, we saw what he did. President Akufo-Addo have also come to power, and we are seeing what is happening under his tenure. Before he became president, he promised that he's going to use the analysis principle to fight corruption. Is that correct? Good. Has he used that? Under his tenure as president, Anas and his men are being hunted down by state institutions.
Under his tenure
as
president, he has mentioned on several occasions where he has resourced.
Look, my brother, not the resource,
corruption fighting agencies.
Not resourcing corruption fighting agencies. What we are talking about, not that.
Okay.
Your actions.
Okay.
But indeed,
for him himself,
under his tenure, corruption have happened more than any government. Under his tenure. But the question I'm asking is, he made a promise. He will use analysis principle to fight corruption. Has he used that? What happened? An investigative journalist, the same Anas, who did his work under Kufuor, nobody hunted him. He did his work under Maurice Mahama, nobody hunted him. But under President Akufo-Addo, when they brought number 12, and President Akufo-Addo, on that tape, according to Kwesi Ntechi, alleged that the president sold all his family property to become president. Therefore, he need money desperately. If you go and give him $5 million, you can take over the whole Ghana. And indeed, the president is in his own pocket. What happened? According to Kende Japan, he was on his bed with his wife when some leaders from the MPP came to his house and woke him up in the night and tell him, "Ko, what has come is so disgraceful. you are the man who can fight this battle for us. Go to the field and do the work for us. That's Kennedy Japan's own words. At the end of the day, Ahmed Swale was assassinated. Have we found the culprit?
No. Yes.
We haven't found them. Put it aside. Last time we were here, Alhaji Jamfaru said that Bost scandal happened under President Mahama. Alfred Obeng, who was the MD of Bost, was Mahama's appointee. Is that his logic? Let's put that aside. PDS, where his own family members,
you have 4 minutes.
Gabi Ochid Asaridakun was heard on tape negotiating a PDS shareholding. Who is Gabi Ochidakun? He's a government official.
Member of the...
No journalists have asked him that the trailer in Manila WhatsApp platform message we got and the audio in there between him and Philip Ayensu, is that true, his voice? Have anybody asked him? Has he denied that? And who is he in government?
Maybe okay.
Let's put that aside.
I'll ask you a question.
Let's put aside. You remember the issuance of the bond, Chem bond, 2.25 billion.
Yeah.
Where the Shraj implicated the finance minister for not declaring his asset and also engaging in some act of illegalities. Who have called him?
But that case.
That case. What happened to that case?
Well, you finish.
And you know that under our legal regime, if you fail to declare your asset as a public officer, it's a crime.
Yes, of course.
But what happened?
Generally, we have not done well as a country in that regard.
We are not talking about generality. We're not talking about generality. It must start from somewhere.
Okay.
Okay. You also remember the Flagstaff House appearance fee, $200,000.
The cash for seats.
The cash for seats scandal. You also remember President Akufo-Addo himself was being put on the public space and sold for $10,000. The $10,000 is $100,000. Do you remember that? Do you remember of a Japa scandal?
Japa deal.
The Japa deal. You remember it?
Yes.
When monies were paid to the legal...
The famous Japa deal.
Yeah, the famous Japa deal. Where legal fees were paid to African Legal Associate, owned by Gabi Ochidako. And mind you, this PDS deal, our hard-earned Ghanaian money, over 2 billion Ghana cedis, have been collected by PDS. They have kept the money and they are refusing to release the money to the government of Ghana.
It's in the courts, actually.
It's in the court?
Yeah.
But the money, okay, well, they have decided to go to court. Those who have stolen from the people, they are going to court, asking the court to validate their stealing. And don't also forget.
The last time I listened to the conversation about PDS, and that was from the communication director of the NPP. He mentioned, and in fact, he updated Ghanaians on where the case is. So, from his words, the issue is in court now. The monies that were paid are going to be retrieved. I mean, per the processes in the court. That is the update he gave.
Why is it taking them too long to retrieve the money? Let's put that aside.
That is court.
You also remember the post-GPS scandal, where President Akufo asked Bawumia to go to Google App Store. They downloaded a GPS, an existing app, and sold it to the people. Over $2.2 million. You also remember the Ghana card scandal, where 2.25 billion US dollars, $billion was used to prepare a card for the people of this country. Look, Kennedy Japan said he had a foreign investor from, is it India, who can do this card for only $50 million. They denied it and gave it 2.2 billion. Now, you also remember Gifty Clinam, the Ghana Gas, how do you call it? Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company. Look, the scandals are unending. I can give you over 60 mentioned by them. Okay? All these things happened under President Akufo-Addo. What has he done? Tell me one.
Well,
we were in this country. In fact, let me read even the recent ones. The recent ones. When Kwejima Menu was, in fact, not even asked. The man had been caught pants down. Why? Because you're going to procure vaccines. The maximum price in the international market is $10 per dose. And you want to buy that dose with $19 per dose.
We didn't buy again.
And you see, he came to tell us in the Parliament ad hoc committee that the deal didn't go through cabinet. It didn't go through parliamentary approval. Not even the procurement laws were applied. And talking about procurement laws, contract for sale, where ABA Ajay was caught, pants down, Shrag came investigated him and found out that the man had 14 million Ghana cedis sitting on his account, which he couldn't account for. We were here, and KK Sapon driver came and flung dollars on his
Facebook
on the center table of his hall, put camera on him and flung the dollars. What has happened? All under President Akufo-Addo. Has he acted? So my brother, I can give you litany of them.
Okay.
So if in the midst of all these situations, you are saying you have resource state institutions, as I speak to you, I have a knowledge about over 200 companies within the system who GRA have affirmed it, because I have their statement here. That over 2,000 companies, they have duped this country almost $10 billion through tax evasion, under declaration, money laundering, etc. And the government is sitting on and watching on concern. Is that not call for concern?
We'll come there, but let me take Alaji's. You had about 12 minutes to do that. Let me take Alaji's.
Are you sure it's 12 minutes?
Oh yes. I was actually timing it.
Yes.
One would also ask, but okay, you come in before I ask.
Sam,
you know, since you support the special prosecutor.
Yes, that's a statement of convenience from Mahama, simply because Mahama Yargai's case has been dropped. So let's jubilate and hypocritically sound like we are supporting the man. Before I go there, he spoke about abandoned projects in Eastern region. He couldn't mention just one project that was abandoned. You see, just making general statement, abandoned project. Most of the projects that he made mention of that they abandoned, he himself abandoned those projects before he left office. Mahama and NDC, they themselves have abandoned most of their projects before they left office.
It says it was not finished. I mean, they didn't complete it.
He didn't complete because he has abandoned them. No money. That's the point I'm making.
Okay.
To the extent that even the community secondary schools, you know, the World Bank component was what they were able to finish. But what Mahama's government was to raise money to do, he couldn't raise the money. And as we speak to you now, over 27 of them, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo has come to complete them. Okay?
Yeah.
Central region, his own polytechnics, Mahama could not complete them. He left them. He couldn't raise money to pay them. But Nana Addo Akufo-Addo came in and completed all those projects. So if Mahama is talking of abandoned project, he wants to court party, this public sympathy. But he has failed. Because evidence on the ground doesn't support what he's saying. Evidence on the ground doesn't support it. So he can continue to sing it, abandoned project. Mahama, you yourself should have abandoned your own projects. Because you couldn't raise money to pay those, to complete those projects. And Nanado is completing them. From roads, schools, hospitals. That is what Nanado is doing. In addition to what he has inherited from His Excellency John Ajegu Kufuor, Nanado is completing them. In addition to what he is doing. So if Mahama is in the central, what he's doing is thank you to Eastern region, thank you to. He has nothing to say. My brother indicated that he got 6 million. Yes! In the history of this country, we've never had a vote turnout of over 13 million. We've never had it. So if he gets, 6 million out of it, so be it. But in percentage term, what is it? It's 47%. Okay, it's 47%, and that must be put on record because he himself, through Asedun Ketia, confirmed at the Supreme Court that the 6 million represents only 47%. But the most important and emphatic record is that no sitting government has ever won the second term with over 200,000 votes, and that is what Nana Addo Akufo-Addo has done. That's the record. So if we're talking of vote record, people of Ghana saw that Nana Addo Akufo-Addo is a man to continue his work, and they have blessed him with second term. Mahama is talking of coming back again. I'll come to the corruption. Mahama is talking of, you see, look, the fact that Mahama wants to come, of which you and I know that is not coming, he can win again.
For me, I don't know for a fact.
Fantastic. Viewers out there know that they will never again give Mahama any time to come and rule this country before again. Because he himself indicated that we don't take 4 years to change the destiny of this country. And per the constitution of this country, Mahama cannot go beyond 4 years again. He cannot go beyond 4 years. So he's coming. He himself has confessed that 4 years is a waste of time. Because he said that for the first 2 years, you are going to use it to appoint your what have you, get settled. 2 years to come, that is when you begin to talk about the project and what have you. And the next 4 years, he doesn't qualify to qualify.
If you monitor his a lot of the statements he has made throughout the tours he has been making, I mean, some of the time he says he will complete all abandoned projects.
He will complete.
So when he comes back, he's going to do those.
Hold on. Yes, it's about appointees Obama or Johnson. Obama they join the Sedra. Johnson. If you talk of a chief president who has abandoned project in this country, it is him. Look at this. His Excellency General Ajikun Kufuor left him some 8 hospitals. By the time he left, even one he couldn't complete them. Go to 250-bed regional hospital in Kumasi. They couldn't complete them for 8 good years that NDC came to office. So will Mahama have the moral authority to talk of abandoned project and that when he comes, he's coming to complete them? No, he doesn't qualify it. Because from practical example, he has abandoned projects. You go to 60-bed district hospital, Salaga. He left it. He couldn't complete it. For 8 good years, NDC abandoned such projects. You go to 60-bed district hospital, Tepa, abandoned. You go to 60-bed district hospital in Soko, abandoned. 60-bed district hospital in Tufupaso, abandoned. 60-bed district hospital, Konongo, abandoned. And 100-bed municipal hospital, Atomic Accra here, abandoned. So if Mahama is talking of abandoned project that when he comes is coming to complete, what was given to you, you couldn't complete them. Housing project, single one block. Eventually they went to bring STL. Okay? And what you saw it over 200 million went into air. We wasted Ghana money. So if this same person is talking of coming to complete project, do you trust him? As for Ghanaians, we know we don't trust Mahama. We know he cannot do it. He is hankering for power. And the point is that because His Excellency John Ajekun Kufuor did 8 years, Rawlings did 8 years, Nanado is doing 8 years, so automatically he must also do 8 years. Because the 4 years he has done, he can't go beyond the next 4 years. So that is the mission. The mission of Mahama is to also complete the 8 years. But Ghanaians are saying that Mahama, enough is enough. So put that one aside. My brother, you are talking of corruption. Oh man. Mahama, I am saying that Ghanaians have patience. Sam, Ghanaians have patience. Because when the issue of special prosecutor came, from Mahama down to the last person, chastised the special prosecutor, Martin Amidu. I don't know, because he's from there, he was their own. They chastised him. But Nanado said, look, I'm giving it to somebody Ghanaians think that he will do the work. Whether the corporate is NDC or MPP, Martin Amidu should do his work. And everything that Amidu needed to function, Nanado has made it available to him.
But Amidu came back to tell us that he was heckled a lot.
Heckled in
his line of work. He mentioned a lot of things in the epistles.
He mentioned a lot. He spoke about a lot, but never failed to mention just one single thing that a president has done to show that he's been prevented from working.
I mean, he mentioned his office space.
Yes, office place. Him alone, he has moved around 3 separate.
Because he wanted an independence.
And it has been given to him.
He wanted his independence. He never felt that even with his office space, it was independence. I mean,
okay, it's not about feelings. It's about reality.
Now, he is going to.
I'm not taking no problem. What real things happen to show that he's been prevented from being independent? He failed to mention it. What real things? Nanado has done A, B, C, D, which shows that I've been prevented from being independent. What did he? There was nothing.
You mentioned employment. I mean, employing his staff.
Listen, he's been given. Listen, the amount of money given to. He said he wants to employ his own staff, and Nanado handed over money into his own account. Employ your own people. When Nanado come and employ the people for you to say that is interfering.
You know, he was giving people from, say, the Ghana police.
Hold on. At the initial stage, he depended on secondment from other corruption fighting institutions to do his work. So through that he said he wants
to employ
and pay his own.
Exactly.
Under normal circumstances, public sector workers are paid by the controller. But he said because of independence, and that has been given to him in his own statement. That has been given to him. So there is nothing to show that he's been interfered. His work hasn't been interfered. So put that one aside. Now the question is, my brother spoke conveniently that when Mahama's case came, they saw that it was political witch hunting. Which government was in power?
NEC?
No, it was MPP that was in power when Mahama case was taken to. Which government is in power when his case was dropped?
Mahama Yariga.
Yes, Mahama Yariga.
It's NPP.
So why is the political witch hunting? No, why is the political witch hunting? Sam. So we just throw the words like that.
Perhaps. Perhaps they like the special.
It's not about conjecture.
Like the special prosecutor just said.
Yes.
That there isn't any evidence
that
they can hold.
Yes. What he took, what the previous government.
Doesn't mean the previous prosecutor didn't do due diligence. I mean, they just hold the man. And
that's what I'm saying to you. That is you see, everybody with his approach.
Yeah.
Chelsea team. Lampard could not use it to win anything, but Thatcher came and the same team.
Chelsea fan.
You understand the same team. You understand that this man came and he used it to win Champions League. So the same case, everybody has his own way of dealing with it. So if the same government, under the same government, the person has been exonerated or the charges have been dropped, do you qualify to talk of political witch hunting? You don't qualify. You don't qualify. But what pains me most is that what my brother is calling for under this government, he failed to call for when they were in government. Ativo never, Honorable Ativo, never resigned because of the bus branding.
You remember he mentioned in his statement that he cannot sit here and say that under his government there wasn't corruption. No corruption.
And that's not what I'm referring to.
Oh, okay.
I'm referring to the fact that he said Ativo resigned because of
the bus branding.
And it's not true. She herself, Ativo, in the Volta region, said if NDC should lose power, she will be the first to be jailed. She knows her own offense. But Mahama didn't do anything. And you sit here comfortably sounding like Mahama is the saint under him. It never happened. We saw practical example. Look, in this country, you know the late Mills. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Now, if NDC are talking about NDC record, I don't want to mention that man's name. As if everything was done by Mahama. But I can tell you, mention a project, and I'll tell you that the genesis of it, about 98% of what they are talking about is from Mills.
It's still the NDC party.
Yes. Yes.
But
we are proud. Are you getting me? We are proud. Whatever we do, if it is about His Excellency John Ajekun, we say it. But today, NDC is only talking about Mills.
You have 3 minutes.
No problem. The point you are making is this. As far as corruption is concerned, Mills indicated that nobody should take gift. Remember this in festivities, Christmas and what have you. Yeah. Common hampers, nobody should take gift. Okay? Mills, John Mahama, what gift didn't he take? He took Ford. He took Ford. When he was caught pants down, he eventually said he has given it to the state. So if we need somebody who is practically involved in corruption, showing that he doesn't care. Mills made a statement that if fish wants to rot, it starts from the head. It rots from the head. So Mahama as the president, if he should take gift of Ford, what does it mean? That is why Abu Gapeles and Co got the dust to go to the north, where me and my brother are coming from. Go and teach people how to ride bicycle and motorbike and 2 Ghana money for free. They said they are going to teach them, and they never taught them how to ride. Meanwhile, over the riding of bicycles is so common. You are going to plant trees. Go there. I want my brother to hold my hand. We will go together and go and show me one tree that has germinated under the Abu Gapele. It's just totally corruption behavior. And the man is languishing in jail. You remember John 3:16? Mahama, under him, John, 3 of his appointees are in jail 16 good years. So if my brother is talking of practical example, didn't he know that those boys were corrupt or those officials were corrupt? What did he do about them? But today, as we speak to you now, 16 years, they are in jail.
But he mentioned it.
That
even under Mohammed's watch,
good
corrupt activities.
But what did he do?
Didn't go unpunished. He mentioned those who were Abu Kapele.
Abu Kapele? Are you getting me? Abu Kapele, eventually, when the corruption...
the woman, what's her name? The deputy Victoria Hammer and all this.
No, what was the punishment?
I mean, she didn't commit any act anyway, yes. But then she was relieved of her position.
That's the point I'm making. That the fact that you relieve the person... But my brother said that she didn't say that she would... The woman was talking of my intention when I get contract and what have you and get my money, then that is it. What is it? The intention is clear. That is going to engage in corrupt behavior. So put all this together. When we talk of corruption by land, corruption by sea, and corruption by land, we all know that Mahama is number 1. Look, Amaliba and myself, when those individuals engage in corruption, I don't think the money comes to him. I don't think the money comes to me.
No, you have 1 minute.
Okay? I don't think the money comes to him or come to me. So I will not sit here to defend any corrupt behavior of any official, because day in day out I tell you that corruption is a social canker, it's a social violence. So anybody caught in corruption, we must all come together to fight the person. In other words, now that the special prosecutor has begun his work and Mahama has been released, all cases dropped. When he begins to prosecute anybody, be it NDC or MPP, nobody underline should cry of what? Political witch hunting. Because we say we want to support the man. Let us all come together, support this gentleman, so that at the end of the day, public purse will be protected. Okay. My brother made a point. I cannot...
Lastly,
yes.
Let me give you just 30 seconds on that, because your time is up.
No problem. He said that last time I sat here and spoke about the fact that bust scandal did not happen under this thing. You see, facts are facts. Facts are facts. And I use this August platform to once again educate my brother that don't just throw words, don't just throw allegations.
What do you have there?
Bust explains the 5 million. I'll read a portion of it. Listen to this. In a statement issued on Tuesday evening, Bust said this, the 5 million issue, happened before the current managing director, Mr. Alfred Boateng, took over. So if you sit here and say that Alaji saying that Mr. Boateng was appointed by Mahama, I'm saying to you that it is the event. The event of corruption happened before this man was appointed. So put all this together. If I don't have fact, I don't come here because I don't come to lie. I educate, I inform. Okay, so put all this together and I tell you that as far as corruption is concerned...
Thank you very much.
Let me take quickly from where he just ended. I will come to the other areas. You see, this bust scandal, it happened at the time Boache Jako was energy minister.
It's never true.
Please.
Wait.
Please.
Allow him.
If you were not in the country at that time, if you were not in Ghana at that time, I have never traveled. I have been here since my life, throughout my life. Mr. Boache Ajako was the energy minister, Mahama appointee, correct? Aferoboy was the MD, Mahama appointee, correct? Those who incorporated Zoops oil and moving pina, according to memos from Bust, which Aferoboy signed on, for this 5 million oil to be sold to them, were all Mahama appointees. Agreed, according to your logic. But you see, he peddled another falsehood here again. That the Standard 3 never survived. This is City News report, April 28, 2014. You can check it up.
Yes.
City News. Is that how many percentage of the tree survived?
85% of Southern.
This is a UDS report, right?
Yeah.
Good. So the UDS is NDC wing. Is that correct? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's okay. But when you were speaking, I was quiet.
That's fine.
Let's come to Mrs. Ativa's claim.
Just note it down so that.
Sure. Let's come to Mrs. Ativa's claim to which he mentioned.
Okay.
Mrs. Ativa did that because she is mindful of the MPP hatred towards Votarians. and no one can. I will explain it. I will explain. You wait. Under President Akufo-Addo, he has closed down the borders, denying the people of Volta region their daily bread for 5 years now, and claiming it's COVID. Let's put that aside. The MPP government have sat in the Flagstaff House, prepared budget, and exclude the whole of Volta region was not captured in the budget. Can it be oversight? Let's put that aside. As we speak, travel to Volta region and see a number of police barriers you meet on the way who are terrorizing commuters. Okay? Let's put that aside. When MPP was in office under former President Kufuor, what happened? A stalwart, a harmless son of the land, who have served this country with integrity and outstanding record, who's unmatched in our legal fraternity, have no pair, lawyer Chachuchi Kata, was caught like a fowl and thrown in jail without due process. Who is he? He's not a Votarian. Huh? Is he not a Votarian? Look at the way Votarians have been maltreated under this MPP government.
How do you
yes, I have given you a litany of it. I have given you a litany of it.
You just mentioned the.
I have given you a litany of it. So
good. And then,
so if Mrs. Ativo,
I mean, even if it is,
brother,
I mean, the Volta region is big.
Can I continue? Can I continue?
No, but then I mean, you are making a claim that needs to be substantiated.
I'm not making it. That claim is substantiated. Go and check it. I mean, it's already on record.
You have mentioned a few.
It's on record. Let us please don't turn this to be an argument between you.
No, I'm not turning that. I mean, you are making claims on TV. We need to also be mindful of how we are discussing or having a discussion.
You know it, I know it, the viewers know it, it's a public record.
For the ones who have mentioned, we know, yeah.
When Mrs. Ativo said that, she said so premised on historical record that the next MPP, anytime MPP comes to government, they witch hunt we Votarians. And if we allow them to come, they are going to do the same thing against us now. She's vindicated. Recently, people of Hohoi, they demonstrated against the lockdown of the borders. Who told you coronavirus started from Burkina Faso? How do you call it Togo? Who told you? And what is that irrational explanation come from government? But I don't need to waste my time on that. But you see, when we are discussing issues, let's try to avoid the ad hominem kind of approach, attacking personalities and leaving the issues. Mahama is corrupt. He has taken gift and all of that. Before the election, you guys claimed that Mahama was sharing, how do you call Land Cruisers like Kalewole. He was sharing Land Cruisers.
It was just a claim.
That was what they said. In fact, if they don't have evidence, they wouldn't have claimed that. I think they have evidence. They had evidence then, right?
Nobody provided evidence.
I thought, but I stand to believe they had evidence. So if you don't have evidence to make that claim, you have evidence now to start on the claim that Mahama took bribes. And for your information, President Akufo-Addo was caught on tape, taking an envelope, a broad envelope in his office, and kissing it and writing down on his record. You can write it down.
That was not President Akufo-Addo.
President Akufo-Addo, he took bribe.
I'm saying that
$40,000 back.
That was justified. I mean, that the facts came out. It wasn't
what
President
fact?
Akufo-Addo
What
in
fact?
governance.
He was in government.
No, he wasn't.
Which opposition leader is called His Excellency in this country?
He wasn't.
Did you follow the story?
Yes.
No, but if you don't know, you don't know.
No.
But don't say
but don't say that.
You say what?
No.
If you don't know, you don't know. He took the bribe when in office.
No,
he took the bribe when in office.
We cannot.
Don't let us argue with this.
No, we are not arguing. We are not arguing. We are putting facts out.
What fact? The fact out there is that the President Akufo-Addo took the bribe.
We cannot take what's not facts and put it out there.
The point is that
we actually dissociate ourselves.
Fine, you can dissociate yourself with it.
Because it is not the fact as far as we are.
The man took bribe. The man is corrupt. You know it.
No, that is a different case. We are talking about corruption.
And I'm telling you that the man is corrupt.
Exactly.
He is corrupt.
That is your point. That is your point.
From head to toe.
No, that is your point.
Rotten corruption.
That is your point. That is your point. But we can't say what
let me continue.
No, but no, I want you to know that. I want you. You continue.
Let me continue.
You will definitely continue. The time is yours, but I want you to know that.
Yes.
If you say President Akufo-Addo is corrupt, you have your own argument. But what he has not done, we cannot. It's same with ex-President Mahama. What he has not done, we won't allow anybody to say that. You got your time. You don't have a problem. That's what we have to establish. What they have not done.
Have you established your point? Fair. Let me continue.
Exactly. So that we don't just say things.
Under Article 57.
Go ahead.
Clause 5 and 6. When a president leaves office, within the period of 3 years, you can take him to court.
Yeah.
I stand to believe 3 years is enough time to gather enough evidence about the conduct of the president when he was in office. 3 years. Within 3 years. It's 3 years. Within 3 years, you can take him to court.
Go ahead.
His presidential immunity kicks in on the 4th year. So, President Mahama now, you can't take him to court. President Kufuor, you can't take him to court. Likewise, you can't wake President Mahama runs from his grave or mess and take them to court.
Yeah.
You understand? So, within 3 years was enough time for MPP government, given all the allegations they threw at Mahama,
to take him to court.
And know that President Mahama have the possibility of coming back. And knowing also that President Mahama became a thorn or has become a thorn on the flesh of MPP government, whose shadow and performance continue to harm them. Do you think if MPP is looking for someone to destroy, that would be Mahama Yarga? Would that be Mahama Yarga? Inevitably, with President Mahama. Catch him, put him in jail, and destroy him forever. But there is no single scintilla of evidence to implicate this man. He has become quickly clean. All the allegations and frivolous claims against the man have fallen flat by virtue of their own conduct. So now Ghanaians know who the corrupt man is, and the whole international community. When was the last time did you hear President Akufo saying I am not corrupt? Do you hear him? Making that claims again?
By this same
logic. Have you heard him making those claims again? He can't. No. Because the man is corrupt, he's rotten from head to toe. But you see, when you want to attack President Mahama, do so diligently. And he's abandoned this project that, he abandoned that project that. In any case, Mahama's government, or Mrs. government, Mahama was there. We have a reason why we don't sometimes talk about President Mahama, President Mercy's achievement. And indeed, if you bring President Mahama Mercy's achievement into the argument, MPP will lose completely from the system. Recently, they claimed they were going to build 16 hospitals. Right? 16. We have 16 regions now. And they're going to build 6 hospitals. 6 regional hospitals, right? 16 regions. That means 10 have regional hospitals already, right?
No, they didn't say that is why.
No. Listen to me. I am saying that they are going to build 6 regional hospitals.
Yes.
Because it's part of the Agenda 111.
Yeah.
6 regional hospitals are part of it.
Yeah.
And that 6 regions were created recently. The newly created regions, they don't have hospitals. Right? Now, 10 had already. And the 10, before Mahama Rollins left office, he built Cape Coast Regional Hospital, he built Ho and Sunyane. Okay?
Yeah.
Kufuor came to power for 8 years. He never built a single regional hospital. You understand?
Yeah.
There's 7 regions. It took Mrs. Mahama government to build that 7 regional hospitals within 8 months. So within that 8 years that he was in power. So regional hospitals, you have nothing to talk about it. Now we have 260 regions in the country, right? And they are going to build 88 hospitals.
No, we don't have 260 regions.
No, sorry, 260 district. Okay, 260 district.
Yeah.
Now, this 260 district, if you take 88 out of the 260, I am not good mathematician. How many were left? So take 88 out of the remaining number and tell me how many regions, how many districts now have hospitals. And let him mention the district hospital MPP are built. You have built less. Let's go to polyclinics. The polyclinics before Mahama left office.
That is 172.
172. How many of them built by MPP? Ask him. You get it? So if you have to go into the record, MPP, you completely, you are lost in the system. Let's go to polyclinics.
That is if you bring President Mills
and Mahama and Rollins is in.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to polyclinics. Before Mahama left office, before 2020, polyclinics were 8 as of 2018.
Yeah.
2008 NDC took over. Polyclinics were 8. Mahama Mercy's government moved it to 18. Before Mahama left office, he moved from 18 to 40. President Kufuor, this one, I am not saying the figures out of my mind. We have Ghana Health Service facts and figures. Go and read the 2012 report and then 2018 report. Go and read it. This is a captain in their own report. You understand? Before NDC left office, President Mahama within 8 years built 1,400 chip compounds throughout the country. Additional 1,600 were on the various stages of completion when we left office. You are talking about Eastern Region or Tekpalu Senior High School. You have abandoned it. If you go to, is it Mampong? Okay? Mampong, Eastern Region, Mampong here. We have a complete day senior high school block which is being rotten over there. You understand? Go to, how do you call it? On the Accra Kumasi Road, The name is not coming. If I recall, I'll tell you. But Abitifi Government Hospital, district hospital, is been abandoned. Somaya Hospital, district hospital, we built, we completed it. You have left it there to rot. You understand? Look, we can mention a lot of projects which have been abandoned.
There is one in Medina, which is facing serious issues.
Very well.
The Medina Denta, I think, I'll find that. But there was a news item where portions of the hospital haven't been completed yet. They need to operationalize certain portions of the hospital yet. I'll find that story for you.
And he claimed Mahama abandoned project because there was no money. Before Kufuor left office, there were a certain project he began, but they left them. When NDC came to power, we need to fund money to finish those projects, and we did.
Which ones?
Talk about Aburi Medina Road, for example, was one of them. Talk about Ofanko Achimota Pokuasi Road, was one of them.
I'm talking about
hospitals. Was one of them. Please, when we were talking, I was here. Keep quiet. This hospital you are talking about, when we mention them, they say Eurojet. There was no money for Eurojet project. There was no money. The Eurojet project, it was part of the 54 billion Mahama borrowed, including the Pokuasi Road project interchange, including Tema Akosomo Railway project, including the Tema Motorway project, Motor Runabout project. All those monies were part of the 54 billion loan Mahama took, which according to MPP was needless and senseless. Because Gabi Ochedako said, if governance is all about borrowing your way into an unsustainable debt hole, then any half-wit can become a president. That was Gabi Ochedako's words. So today...
No, let him land. When he's done, you come in.
So today, when we are talking about project, the debt can be associated with Mahama. But the credit, he can't take it for those projects. Doesn't make sense. I'll leave it to the discerning viewers to determine. But if President Kufuor under his government,
2 minutes to
before NDC left, my brother, we signed over 120 cocoa roast projects throughout the cocoa growing areas in this country. In fact, there are some places the gutters were made. All that they needed was to put on the first chippings and the add bitumen for the road to become motorable. You came to office, you seized those projects, you prevented contractors from continuing, you took the project and gave it to your cousin law firm, African Legal Associate. Monies were paid to them to audit all the roads up to date. Have they bring the report? They haven't brought the report. But who suffers is a Ghanaian who are suffering. Meanwhile, you are claiming of taking people to court for causing financial loss to the state. If people can be tried now for causing financial loss to the state, then the future is impregnated with uncertainties. And that's what we should know, that you cannot continue to waste the taxpayers' money anyhow. When we talk about the issues of corruption, for instance, you can't compare President Kufuor to Mahama, because Mahama fought corruption not by lip service, by his actions. He demonstrated that, and he indeed showed that he can do it and he can do it better. Can you compare Mahama record to Kufuor?
And that's why he can still.
The man doesn't come anywhere close.
That's why he can still support the special.
Exactly. That's why President Mahama can stick out his neck everywhere and say, "Look, me, I fought corruption and I fought it well." His testimony is out there. When we come back to power, MPP always claim, and I blame the NDC leadership in time. The MPP,
1 minute.
The MPP made these claims that when you came to power, you never did anything to us. President Mahamas, of his blessed memory, in his own wisdom, decided that let bygones be bygones. Whatever happened in the past, let it belong there. But we are building a united Ghana going forward.
Even though I mean it cost the country. I mean
it cost the country. He knows it.
But should we?
President Mayor couldn't have denied it if you were alive today. That when he came to office, he didn't come and meet Rod. Let's look at the way Ghana Telecom was sold to Vodafone. In one of the negotiations, President Kufuor went there with only one person. You know who that person was? The British Deputy High Commissioner to Ghana at the time. He led President Kufuor to the negotiations. Go and read the Interministerial Committee report which came out. But regardless of all, the regime said, let it be. But I swear my mom grave as I sit here. If President Mahama, we fight for you and the people of Ghana give you the mandate and you come to power and allow MPP to go again, I tell you, we will fight the regime to the ground. And I'll tell you, some of us will lead the campaign against Mahama as president.
All right, okay. Thank you very, very much. You have a lot of things on your paper. I can see that.
That's good.
Go ahead.
Sam, we shouldn't lie with confidence. Okay, we shouldn't lie. with confidence. That's point number one.
Which line?
As far as boss is concerned, are you getting me? It did not happen when Ejakun was a minister. So that should be put on record. Because I have read to you that all this has happened before NPP took over. So do you have to confidently lie? For people, no. You see, Ghanaians, we should not take them for granted. Sam, we should not take Ghanaians for granted. So as far as boss is concerned, the truth of the matter is that it happened under John Mahama. Don't listen to any tricks, fellow Ghanaian. It happened under John Mahama. So that's point number one. Point number two. You see the report he showed to you was the initial report done by the UDS. Go to North today and I tell you one single tree is not there. One single tree is not there. We travel to North. Maybe he has decided to remain here without going to North. You can see a single tree that tells you that this is a tree done by NDC SADA project. So we should not confidently lie.
But that is a report. That's
what I'm saying, that the report, and you understand, when a tree is growing, when you first plant a tree, definitely you see it like it is growing.
Okay.
You understand that? But looking at the time you plant it, and the reality, when the reality dawns on it, that was what happened. And all those things went dead. So my brother, you and I are from the northern region. If that place is good, it's good for all of us. But your government destroyed, spent money for nothing. Are you proud of that? I am not proud. So don't use this platform to lie to the people of the north, because they know that those streets are not there. You didn't train anybody. The worst you could do was to go into Guinea Fowl. And you and I, when we went there, the Guinea Fowl, they said they traveled to Burkina Faso. You know it. And you confidently want to lie to the people of this country. Let's put that one aside. You see the tape saga. My brother, I'm telling you that if there is not there, don't force there to be there. If there is not there, don't force there to be there. As for Nanado, look, NDC have planned everything that they will tag him as corrupt. The more they plan, the more it gets destroyed. The video you saw was when Nanado was a candidate. And what was given to him was donations from everybody, of which we know that NDC even didn't Mahama's brother donate over 200 pickers to John Mahama. When he took the car, did he kiss them? So Nanado took those things when he was a candidate. As far as NDC is concerned, look, if you see NDC, the propaganda and lies, they put the two together. The video, they collected it from one guy, Kevin Taylor, who doctored it. I'm telling you, before they show you, we have already shown the true and the authentic video. And the authentic video shows that he was just a candidate. He was a candidate. So you can't sit here and use this August platform and try hard that you want to man another. You cannot succeed. So stop lying. Stop. I mean, the Ghanaians we know are discerning. So put that one aside. You talk of NPP hating Voltarians. When I hear NDC, I am a Voltarian by birth. So I'm speaking with pain. If I hear NDC talk of Volta, go to Volta region and look at the projects there. They will tell you that NDC has been a liability to the people of Volta region. NDC, Keta, my wife is from Keta. Keta, under Mills, Rollins. You see the Keta Sea defense. Every year it will come into budget, but they will never do it. People were dying under NDC Rollins. Rollins is from the Volta region. People are dying. Look, when they go, you will see how the sea has dwarfed buildings as a result of its havoc activities. You didn't do anything. You sit here and talk of NPP hating Voltarians. The Keta Sea defense, who did it? It is NPP that did it. Go to Keta. The only teacher nurses training hospital school in Keta was done by NPP. Okay, you has. Go and see the development that we have done. As far as bringing the initial stage, NDC started. But when we talk of development projects, it is NPP that is developing that school. In any case, that school, when it started from the nursing and midwifery training school, which was built by NPP. So you can sit here and sound as if NPP is against. I am from KJB. Go to KJB and you see all the projects you see in KJB. Then it was under Volta region. You cannot attribute it to NDC. Okay, my school, the school I attended, KJB Asante Secondary School. My brother, go and see what MPP has done there. So you can't sit here and sound like MPP hate Voltarians. So as far look, the Eastern Corridor roads, you see this book of lies. Open the Eastern Corridor road and you see that it has been done. But go there and see. The reality is that the work has not been done. Okay? It is MPP that is doing it now. From Hallway to Jessica and Jessica to Pepesu to Hamasu. Go and see how it has been asphalted. So if you talk of Volta region, I'm telling you that it is MPP that has come for the people of Volta region. Those days, Volta region, who dare you to talk of MPP? But today, as we speak to, go to Ahoy. You are surprised we won the election. We didn't just win it. It is work that won that seat for us. So don't sit here and sound as if MPP is against Voltarian. You talk of budget. Which government can prepare a budget and leave out a region? If not confident lies that can make this statement happen. Which government can prepare a budget and leave out entire region? But my brother will sit here and make it so because he takes listeners out there. They will not go and pick the budget to see, so they will take him hook, line, and sinker. Ghanaians are far from that. So we should put that one aside. You talk of police barriers in the Volta region. My brother, the point is this. You know of the assassinates, the Transvolta, Togoland conflict. Are you getting me? So if you go to the Volta region, the chiefs and people of Volta regions are never in support of the work of those people. Okay? So as a government, do you allow this to continue? Or you have to put in place checks and balances to ensure that insurgents don't take over that part of the Volta region. So if you sit here and sound as if because of that somebody is somebody, you don't have your facts right. You don't know what is happening there. The truth of the matter is that we are protecting the people of Volta, because what happened, they themselves are against it. So MPP, and for that matter, another government, is rather protecting lives and property in that region. You talk of the borders. You see, sometimes, is it by force to appear like you are empathizing or sympathizing with somebody? Who said Corona came from Togo? Who said it? Nobody said Corona came from Togo. But the policy is that we are protecting our borders. And Volta region is not the only border that has been closed. If you go to Elibo, has it been opened? Sam, Elibo border, has it been opened? So why should you be bigotry by thinking that we hate Volta? That's why we close it. When we go to Elibo, the border is locked.
The last time the demonstration was happening, I think we happened to be, I think we had left there a day, or we were going there a day to the demonstration. And when we went there, I remember we engaged one coconut seller, and we were trying to find out why. And his concern was the fact that border towns are the citizens or people who live or indigents of border towns mainly depend on the business activities of those borders, and that's why they were.
No, I'm not disputing it. Me, if you go to KJB, there is a border between KJB and Togo called Dakwenta. Togo is Dakwenta, and KJB, there's a border. So most of people in KJB, they go there. Are you getting me? The point is it Ghana alone that blocked the border, or Togo also blocked it? The Togo also have blocked it. So if you call for us to open, will you go and force Togo to also open their border? Sammy, if you force us to open ours, will you go and force Togo to also open their border?
Perhaps, I mean, that's bilateral relationship may cause them to also.
That is it. Why is it that the Togo people are not demonstrating? You understand that? So the point is that
we don't know for a fact.
The point is that at least this state personnel, in other words, the presidents, they talk, they communicate, they look at the situation, facts and figures. So if the time comes that they want to open it, Master, do you think the government is not suffering as a result of commercial inactivities? UK today, because of coronavirus and other things, common petrol, they don't have it. US, because of coronavirus, they say in October this year, they are running out of money. So it is a serious havoc that all these are wrecking on nations. So if you put all this together, as far as Volta is concerned, MPP, we are demonstrating. We rather came out with life-saving projects in Volta region.
Now you have
so you cannot.
You have 4 minutes.
You cannot compare your life for. You only turned Volta region to this in Volta region. You understand that from Volta region to Volta region, because you know no matter what you will get your votes from there. But as far as work is concerned, it is MPP that is working for this region. Put that one aside. You said we only held Chikata and threw him into the jail. I was expecting you to let him know that this case traveled over 6 to 7 years. So when he just made that loose statement as if somebody went to catch somebody and drop him in the jail, you should let him know that Ghanaians know that Chachuchi Kata, are you getting me, went to court for 6-7 years before the final judgment. So there is nothing like he was just picked there. In any case, because he caused financial loss to the state, that is why he was taken there. And he was not the only person. Kwame Pepra, is he a Voltarian?
No.
My brother, Kwame Pepra, is he a Voltarian?
No.
So why do you think that because Chikata was incarcerated or in prison, for that matter, we hate Voltarian? Is Kwame Pepra a Voltarian? What kind of logic is this? We don't hate Voltarians. We have come for the people of Ghana, and we are working for the people of Ghana. Put all this together. You talk of the project. My brother, you see, if you do normal analysis, this is what you arrive at. So the out of 260 districts, are you getting me? The 127 district hospital was built by NDC. Is that the conclusion? So loose like that. So all the president that came before all this, they didn't build any single district hospital. Is that the case? We shouldn't make argument just like that. In any case,
you have 2 minutes.
If we look at a government that has spent so many years in this country, it is Rawlings, because he mentioned Rawlings, 18 years, 19 years to 20 years of Rawlings, then 8 years of NDC. Look at the project they did for this number of years, as compared to the number of projects we have done within this 8 years of Kufuor and 5 years of Nana Addo Dankwa Kufuor. He's sitting here saying that we are just at the tail end of our 8th year. We are not there. We have just finished our first term. I'm telling you, by 2023, all these people, they will keep quiet. Because the project, I was coming from UPS. You know, there is that road, UPS, joining my institution, the Institute of Chartered Accountants.
Yes.
It was so rough. So anytime I got there, I was like, so what is my party doing? This road, other places have been tarred across the country. Across the town, the city. You go to city places like this. I was at Happy FM, and you see that all that places.
Yeah,
you see all those.
Before I traveled, I saw that.
Being done, and I said, what is wrong with this?
There are more other areas.
No, but we were here and they said they've done all roads in this country.
Did they say that? Did they say that?
Yes.
They never said they have done all roads.
Master. You didn't hear the propaganda.
The NDC never said they have done.
Master may say roads, no, yeah. Meanwhile, everywhere you go,
they made it clear that some parts of the country.
Master, go to Fufusu Sola. That is their way road almost on my. Today you go there and it is manhole that is on the street. Manholes. Okay?
But they never said they have done all roads.
Master,
I know that for a fact.
They said they've done roads.
They didn't.
Master,
yes, roads.
So
like the way NDC says we have done roads.
The point I'm making is this. When Nanado was traveling, are you getting me? And everywhere he went, at the time he was a opposition leader, everywhere he went, they were talking of roads. And Nanado came out to say,
no, you have 1 minute, and so that we can go.
How come you talk of you have done roads? Are you getting me? And still we don't see the roads. Then he will tell you that Nanado was sleeping. But the truth of the matter is that those roads were not done. That's the reality. So put all this together. I'm telling you that in the history of this country, look, the abandoned project that he's talking about, what is this?
27 E-block projects uncompleted under, projects completed under NPP government Educhu.
Okay? We have completed those ones. They themselves abandoned those projects because they couldn't raise money to do them. You spoke about the fact that the Eurojet, my brother, money was sitting down in account. Money was sourced. $362 million was sourced to to do all these projects. But you sat aloof, playing jaskele with the money. For 8 good years, you left. So if you sit and sound like there was no money made available for you, you are just deceiving these people of this country.
Thank you.
So Sammy, what I'm saying is this. As far as corruption is concerned, everybody has seen that working corruption, are you getting me, is your Mahama.
Thank you very much.
Everybody has seen that His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the institutions, Domelevo has himself indicated that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is the first president that has given them the independence to operate, has resourced them beyond all reasonable doubt, and they are working. And it's not only that, Yoko and other places. So Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, no matter how you try to paint him, Ghanaians know that when we talk of corruption between Nana Addo and Mahama, they will pick Mahama as the corrupt between the two.
Thank you. Now, let me read some few messages from our friend who is joining us by way of test. We can move on to the next subject of the NCA giving some radio stations their licenses back, especially Radio Good and Radio XYZ are the center of the discussion. Now, Pokwase from Kwablavi of Pokwase, Benghazi. Look at how NPP government has put Mother Ghana into miserable state. All our roads are in bad state. Free SHS producing indisciplined students. Future youths engage in fraud and armed robbery. Everything is expensive. Why, President Akufo-Addo? Why? This is coming from Kwablavi of Pokwase. Abbas Amogobo. This name is we blacks have been dehumanized by white culture. They treat dogs better than black people in America. They want us black people to be in their image. We must protect the African personality and the dignity of the African soul. Homosexuality will be the societal death of the African soul. There is no love or beauty in this sick culture called LGBTQ blah 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 blah. Let us beautify Africa, our motherland. Okay, thank you very much for your test, Abbas. Thank you for sending us your message. I will get some more messages for us to read, but let me quickly come back. Now, we have some good news. I'll put it that way. As far as I am a media person, these are good news for me. Yesterday, the NCA boss, Joe Anoche, spoke to Ghanaians and said that the NCA has okayed over 130 radio stations. Over the last few years, we have had some gentlemen going to court over the closure of radio stations, notably Radio Gold. And I mean, it has been so much back and forth, XYZ and Power FM and others. There was so much back and forth, and there was so much public discussions on that. Because the closure happened under this particular government, there was a lot of arguments whether the current government is just trying to suppress the opposition party, because some of these radio stations belong to members of the opposition party. So this government decided to close them so that the opposition party do not have any kind of mouthpiece to also discuss national issues. That was the argument of a lot of people. Yesterday we heard that the licenses have been given back, but of course they must meet some few conditions, and then we will hear Radio Gold back on the airwaves. We will hear XYZ back on the airwaves, as among many other radio stations. I started with Amaliba in the first discussion, so let me come to you. This is good for me and in a media person. This is good for us to get a lot of people bringing on or taking on the national discourse in different, how do you call it, in different perspectives. So we are in for some interesting times ahead. What do you make of the NCA's position on giving back the licenses to especially Radio Gold and XYZ?
Yes, Sam, permit me to just use 1 minute to correct an impression that Mahama borrowed 54 billion. Sam, I don't know how weak or good you are in mathematics, okay? if you met a debt of 9.4 billion in 2009, and as at 2013, it is 45 billion. Then from 45 billion, by 2016, is 122 billion. Between 45 and 122, is it 45? Is it 54 billion?
No. Go ahead.
You said no. So I leave it to our judges, our viewers out there. So Mahama didn't borrow 54.
Okay.
He borrowed far more than that.
All
so
right.
nobody should listen to NDC that Mahama only used 54 to do what he did.
It's part of your time. So.
No problem.
Go.
Going forward, you see, democracy cannot thrive without the media.
Yeah.
And for that matter, the media has been described as the fourth arm of the government. So therefore, everything must be done to protect the media. Now, nobody operates in vacuum. We all know that even under the Companies Act, all companies are expected to meet the requirement of the law. So as far as legal activities are concerned, we want to find out whether you operate within the legal framework. Okay?
Yeah.
If you put the company law aside, there are other laws or industry laws. If you operate within those industry laws, then nobody can take you on. However, if you don't operate within those laws, in accounting, okay, if you look at what is the going concern concept, okay, the going concern concept, there are certain things that threaten the going concern concept of an organization.
Yeah.
It is assumed that an organization will operate in perpetuity, okay, but there are certain things, when you begin to do them, it threatens your survival. One of them is operating outside the laws, breaching the laws.
Okay.
So once you begin to breach the laws, you are threatening your own survival. That is what happened. That even in 2015, Mahama's government closed down 6 media houses because they were flouting the laws. In 2017, when we came in, we also did the spectrum audit. You understand that? And we saw that a number of radio stations, TV stations were operating outside the law. So we gave them the opportunity to apply. My brother, those that failed to meet the requirement were closed down. At the end of the day, it went to court. Most people, some took the cases to court. And the court upheld the decision of the NCA, the National Communication Authority. Hence, those organizations ceasing to operate.
Can you end in 2 minutes for me? I've been
no problem. Ceasing to operate. So if you put all this together, the law is that once your time expires and you now reapply, then your status moves down to somebody who is now applying. So you need to go through the process. Radio Gold and XYZ have fallen into that particular category, and they have also followed the due process and applied to NCA. So today, if we are told that it is not only Radio XYZ, it's not only Radio Gold, but other 130 radio stations, we should not single out just 1 or 2 radio stations, but look at it from a broader point of view, that this is good for the country, and we must call on all. I want to believe that Adoatv is a reputable organization, and for that matter, when I was entering, I saw your legal documents, some of them, the VAT, I want to believe that you are being legally responsible. So we use this medium to also call on all media houses, electronic, written, and what have you houses, that look, if we are calling for a better Ghana, part of it is that do your part.
Okay.
Play within the laws so that we all come together and make Ghana a better place. Nobody can make Ghana a better place to live.
All right, okay.
No amount of propaganda can change the realities on the ground.
Thank you very much. Can you give me your take on
Yes,
that?
he said
Let's wrap up.
Mahama borrowed more than 54 billion. It's not true. It's a lie. Mahama borrowed 54 billion from 2012 to 20 2013 to 2017 January 7.
It's not true.
Yes, if you're talking about NDC government under Mrs. Mahama, fine.
Okay. That's not the
please.
Allow him. You see, exactly. But I'll always give you a time to come. But allow him. You see, when he spoke, when he was speaking, 2006. When he was speaking, I said you are a liar. Allow him. I said from 9 billion. Alaji, when I gave you your time, you said you want to use 1 minute to do this. I allowed you. So just allow him. You see, that's a lie. That's a lie. Make your point.
They continue to lie that NDC said we did all rules.
That's what you have said.
Fine.
I actually told him that.
Here Mahama in 2015 State of the Nation address, in page 99 of the Green Book. So what? We are working on many roads projects to open up the country to reduce road traffic accidents, boost economic activities, and bring food stuff to the market centers with ease. Despite the larger number of road projects underway, there still remains a lot to be done in the sector. There is, however, considerable evidence to show that no effort is being spared to fix the country roads. Second, how do you call it? You can talk about Kasua, a whole lot. You understand? Good. It is not true, and this we fix.
No, but that's propaganda there.
That is a lie. My brother, allow me to sit here and impugn my integrity. And I am duty bound, okay, to explain something. You remember Mr. Alhaji Aholu? Aholu. Good. Alhaji Aholu is a Ghana Road and Highways Authority boss, appointed by President Mahama. When MPP came to power in 2017, their sharp communicators like Abronye DC and others mounted pressure on the man to be removed. It was the pressure on him to be kicked out from office that resulted in his son and his wife, Fozia, to go and see the Adoatv Kufuado to allow him to stay because he doesn't do partisan politics. That resulted in the payment of that brown envelope. In any case, among all Mahama appointees in all the sectors that he appointed, Elijah Holu was the only person who remained in office till date as we speak. Go check the record. Why was he remaining in office? President Kufuado was compromised. But you see, contaminated fuel issue. Contaminated fuel issue.
It's part of your time.
I know it's part of my time. As for this radio gold, I can do that with 1 second. Moving Pinal Zoop oil contaminated fuel saga. Criminal Boss Report 2019. As of 2019, Boss themselves conducted this is a Ghana. Manjoy Online. This is Manjoy Online. Boss conducted an investigation into the circumstances leading to the contamination of the fuel,
which happened before 2017.
Please
read it there. It was so before 2017.
It was so before 2017. Who led to the selling of it? Who led to the selling? You said Boache Jacko was not an energy minister.
When it happened.
Goodness, go to the record.
I said when it happened.
Go to the record.
Which is the record?
And it was so. Please. Get the record straight. I won't take this from you. I won't take this from you. I won't take this from you.
The more you come in, the more you come in, the more you come in, the more I won't take this from you. Alaji, please. No, Alaji. Whenever you are speaking, let's put everything aside. Whenever you are speaking, it does not come. No. This is unfair to you. This is unfair to you. This is very unfair.
No, I don't.
So allow him. No, if you see something, just note it down. That is why you're always giving your time. But when you do that, you are being unfair. Whenever you are speaking, he makes sure that he doesn't come in. That's very unfair to him.
When NDC came to power, well, is it talking about when the oil was contaminated or the time it was sold? If the time it was contaminated and the time it was sold, you are trying to decouple the two, then the position is incongruous. You know why? I left my house for you. You took over as a tenant.
Because it was sold between 2014 and 2017.
So what?
That's the difference you are trying to make. We
are talking about the 5 million liters.
Yeah, right.
That's the boss scandal.
Yeah.
Okay? We're talking about history of contaminated fuels. We are talking about the contaminated fuel that happened in 2017.
It never happened in 2017.
When Afro was MD. And when Afro was MD. And how do you call it? Boache Jacko was a minister. When it happened, you know what the minister came to say to tell us quickly? That he's going to investigate it. That was the first statement that came from the minister, Boache Jacko. He's going to investigate it. Then quickly, government stepped in, and they brought a fictitious BNI report clearing them that there was no wrongdoing. Did you see the BNI report? Huh? BNI, no one can work there. It's not like the police service. You can't work there to investigate, to interview anybody. But the BNI director is a public appointee by the president. We know him. Would media house wait and ask the BNI director at the time, or for the purposes of transparency, accountability, and clarity in government actions, why didn't they make the BNI report public? There was a reason. Because BNI is a credible institution as at then. I can't talk of now. As at then. And they use the BNI to save the company and to save government, government officials from any wrongdoing. And it continues. So the point here is that Alfred Obey was a boss appointed by President Akufo-Addo. Boache Jaku was Akufo-Addo's Minister of Energy at the time. This moving pineal boss cannot happen.
It never happened under them. As simple as
that's the truth. That is the truth. So my mother, let's face the fact.
Please, you have to stop
the distortion. But you know something? I have a book here. In fact, it's a pamphlet written by Akufo-Addo's family.
He's bringing this in again. Last week he brought it here. He brought it last year. We rejected it.
You are not a member of the family, so you can't
and he's bringing it. They said in their rules to write this. You see that is laughing. You see,
if you rejected, the more you come in, the more time I'll give you.
I'm just reminding you that last week you were not here.
I was not here. So you let me see if I also rejected.
I don't need your endorsement to read it. I don't need your endorsement. I don't need your endorsement. I don't need your endorsement.
Let's
for the penny and then let me read the page, the how do you call it? The first paragraph of the foreword. This is what they said. To our future, made up of the present and the unborn, for whom this will of a nation is being prepared. I will entreat every Ghanaian to look for the copy and read.
Okay.
Is it to our foremost king of Oripeni, the progeny spread across this world, for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. And now hear them. They claim they made it. Yes, it's a different page. Samuel Cruz and others. In fact, don't worry. Even if I get to this,
last week we destroyed this document. It doesn't have credibility. No credibility. He's just wasting his time. He doesn't have the credibility.
Look, the point here is that if you look at this document, the whole thing is being made to show the roadmap of their state capture agenda.
Okay.
And that included the media.
Okay.
When they came to power, they need to silence NDC. And silencing NDC, let's make sure all radio stations affiliated to NDC are closed down. That was exactly what they did.
Which is not true.
Radio station. Look at the market.
Which is not true.
A company is a business. It's an entity distinct from its shareholders.
Yes.
For instance, if Adoatv does something wrong and you want to close Adoatv, you can't just come here, bring a padlock and close Adoatv down.
I have 1 minute left.
Fine, come and close Adoatv down. You have to go to court. It will court that will close it. But Radio XYZ was not closed by court. Mugabe and his colleagues were on air when NCA officials and anti-terrorism squad from Ghana Police Service stormed them with weapons.
Because they were operating as against the law. They don't operate. And you are there doing the work. So why do they storm them with weapons? Total disregard to law.
Four journalists out of the studio. Four journalists out of the studio. Chase away the staff, handcuff some of them, and lock the project, the company down.
Thank you.
Let me say this clearly.
Your time is up.
The operator of this station cannot extricate MPP from a revenge.
Okay, all right.
The day of accountability.
You don't have anything.
Thank you very much.
You don't have anything. Just operate within the law, and that is it. It's as simple as that. We should be socially responsible and legally responsible.
Thank you very much for
that. Is all that.
Thanks to our sponsors once again, Sonotech Diagnostics Medical Center, Aero.
But the boss happened under NDC. It's as simple as that. You can't defend it.
Your mics are off, so if you speak, you won't go off. Okay. Thank you to our sponsor. Thank you to you. Up next is an interview with the Rwanda ambassador. So kindly stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the program. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.